These dark days call for Crimson Knights, so when the sun sets, the Crimson Moon rises.
Hey, Crimson Knights, welcome to the stream. Another great night for a stream. Beautiful summer night here in the Philly area, so feeling good. Halfway through the week. Tada, good to see you over on YouTube. How's it going? How are you? Good to see you, Tada. How's your summer going, dude? Hope you're doing well. So Crimson Knights, we've been playing through Final Fantasy XIV, trying to get through a lot of the story content. On Monday, we wrapped up all of the Heavensward expansion and kind of post-expansion content, which are called patches. We completed all the patches for Heavensward, and tonight we are jumping into the next expansion, which is Stormblood. Very excited. I don't know really anything about it, but I'm excited to check it out and see what this new expansion is all about. I am liking the kind of Far Eastern vibes that we are getting from the end of Heavensward, hinting at what might be to come in Stormblood. So should be pretty cool. I'm excited about it. So we're going to be jumping into that tonight. Welcome to the stream, Crimson Knights. Tada said, it's been decent. I have to have a wisdom tooth pulled. That doesn't sound fun. Tada, have you ever had wisdom teeth removed? I had like all of my wisdom teeth removed when I was in high school, I guess. I think I was in high school. And it took me about a week to recover. It took me about a week to really recover. Even after a week, I wasn't still 100%. So I was surprised. I wasn't expecting it to take quite that long to recover. Definitely out of it for the first couple days, but then, you know, just wasn't pleasant. But I had like, you know, 4 pulled all at the same time, so kind of intense. Tada said, nope, I was luckily only born with 1. And yet you still have to have it removed. You still gotta get it removed. It's like, what is the point of these teeth, dude? We got wisdom teeth that we have to have surgically removed? Whose idea was this? Well, when are you getting it removed, Tada? You got it scheduled or what? All right, Crimson Knights, let's jump into Final Fantasy XIV. This is some kind of like cutscene or something? Not quite sure. Kind of cutscene to start up the new expansion, I guess? I think that in this new expansion, it brought the Samurai and Red Mage jobs. And you can actually progress through those jobs regardless of your story progression. I don't know if you have to own the expansion to access the jobs, though. You might have to own the expansion even if you haven't progressed it. I have not really checked out either of those jobs. I am checking out Dark Knight. Alright, so this is the Stormblood trailer. Stormblood! Awesome. I'm excited. Let's jump into Stormblood. Tada said, still unscheduled. I gotta have another root canal before that one. Then I gotta go to a rheumatologist since my blood markers came back positive. Something's going on that shouldn't be going on. But other than that, I'm doing good, hanging out with my cat. Well, glad to hear that, Tada. I know you've been having to go through a bunch health-related issues, so stay strong. And I hope that you get some good news and that your procedures go smoothly. Cheers to you, sir. Yeah, so I know Final Fantasy is not everybody's cup of tea. I get that. But this is just, it's been on my backlog for a long time. Citrine's been talking it up, telling me how good of a story it is. And so at this point, I'm just like, I don't care. I'll kill the channel. I don't care. We're doing it. We're powering through as much Final Fantasy XIV as we can before all the big games in the fall come out that we want to play. So we'll get as far as we can, and we'll just see how far that is. But there's a lot of expansions. So far, we've gone through the base game, A Realm, which is A Realm Reborn. We got through Heavensward. Now we're starting Stormblood. After that, there is Shadowbringers, Endwalker, Dawn Trail, and then they're releasing another expansion that I can't remember the name of at the beginning of next year. So lots of content to play through, and even more coming. But we might end up taking, you know, a pretty long break in the fall, and then maybe come back to it like next year or something like that. But we'll see how this goes. Tada said, I like Final Fantasy. I had one Wii game of a Crystal Tier guy. It's been so long since I played that. Dude, I love Final Fantasy. This is an MMO, so I mean, it's a little bit different, but it's very much an MMO in the Final Fantasy, you know, style and universe. Absolutely. All right, beyond the Great Wall, Alphino is a man with a great deal on his mind. Does this say I get 100,000 experience? My gosh. That's a lot of XP.
The question is,
yes,
how will the Empire respond to the disappearance of Omega and the Primal?
I don't know. How will they respond?
Oh, I didn't see you there. Forgive me. Word from Baelsar's wall is proving long in the coming, and my mind cannot help but stray to grim places.
Alphino, a message from the Alliance.
It's about time. Pray summon the others at once.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Dude, I had some chicken for dinner, but I like burned the roof of my mouth. I heated it up too hot.
General Uldin reports that his forces have secured the breach
Don't you hate
in
when that
Baelsar's
happens?
wall.
And what of the Primal and Omega?
There is still no sign of either at this time. He writes that they will begin a more thorough investigation shortly. And, as expected, he wishes to petition the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
As expected.
The Alliance's decision to capture a part of Baelsar's wall is open to interpretation.
So we thought her name is... We thought this was Ida, but her name is actually Lise, the little sister of Ida, who apparently passed away.
To an observer, the Alliance's actions could be seen as a prelude to invasion.
Indeed. and the Alliance leaders have no wish to be branded invaders.
You're saying they won't fight for Alamigo? Even after everything that's happened?
Not without the consent of her people, no. Make no mistake, Lys. The Alliance is in complete agreement that the Empire must be purged from Eorzea. However, they will not set foot in Gyr Abania until they have formally secured the consent and cooperation of the Alamigan opposition.
They would have us act as intermediaries.
Precisely. The Scions are uniquely qualified to serve in this capacity. That is to say, Lys's, given her personal connection to the Resistance. Who better than you to broker an agreement between the Alliance and the people of Alamigo? Assuming you are willing, of course.
Of course I am! You know I'd like nothing more!
As for who should accompany you on said diplomatic mission, I had a mind to volunteer myself.
Well, that covers the talking part. But you just know there'll be trouble along the way. Are you available?
As if you have to ask. I'm gonna actually say that. As if you have to ask.
Thanks. It means a lot knowing you'll be there.
Yeah, of course I'm gonna be there. I'm the main character.
I too shall accompany you. Such endeavors are
I'm the
seldom
main
hunt for their
character around
self-defeaters.
here.
Good point. Allow me to offer my services as well.
Oh, okay, so apparently we're all going?
I have spent quite enough time here of late, so I'll be coming. But we will need someone to keep an eye on things. I trust you have no objections?
None, my lady. Gladly shall I continue to serve as caretaker of the Waking Sands, and there keep watch for signs of primal and Ascian activity both.
Good, good, good.
As capable as my learned friend undoubtedly is, there are some troubles that may prove too much for a single scion, on account of which I mean to stay.
It is settled then. Let us each see to our preparations.
And so the fellowship was formed. Quest accepted. It's kind of a new little jingle for an accepted quest. Tada said, have you watched the Back Rooms movie yet? What do you mean, yet? No. No, I haven't.
Ready, my friend?
Of course, of course.
Well then. Tataru, I leave the rising stones in your capable hands.
Don't worry, Alphino. I'll see that the place is still standing when you come back.
Tada says, watch
Mistress
it!
Y'shtola has unfolded all. You are bound for Gyr Abania?
Aye. The Alliance would have us make contact with the Alamigan Resistance as soon as possible.
It begins then. As soon it shall in Doma, if the gods are good. 'Tis but a pity it must be now. I am sorry that we shall not be present to fight beside you in the battles to come.
You have stood with us countless times, Lady Yugiri. Pray do not apologize.
Then let us thank you instead. You and yours stood with us from the first, when we came to this land as refugees in search of sanctuary. Loath am I to think what might have become of my people, had you not extended to us the hand of friendship. We will never forget. This I solemnly swear.
Much has changed since first you set foot on these shores. Revenant's toll stands as a testament to that. I'm sure your people will manage in your absence.
Indeed. They have built a new home for themselves and no longer need me to shepherd them. The time has come for Kosetsu and I to return to our master.
Kosetsu is awesome.
To our
Look how
home.
huge that guy is.
I know how you
Giant.
feel. It's time I went home too.
Though our battlefields be 1,000 miles apart, our purpose is one. Let all men hearken to the clarion call of freedom, of liberation, from Eorzea to the far east, that they may rise up and cast down the curse of Garlemald.
Take care, you hear me? When all of this is over, we're going to celebrate together. Just you wait.
I should like that very much. Fare you well.
Farewell, you giddy. I just looked it up. It looks like you still have to rent back rooms for like 20 bucks. 1,000 malms apart, yet united in purpose. Let us pray both our endeavors meet with success, shall we? Wait, not just yet. I knew I'd forgotten something important. Lise, could you come with me? Me? What now? Alright then. She gets a new outfit? Okay, her armor is just wearing less clothes. Okay. Well, she's got a new little style. What do you think? As you can see, I designed it to be light and loose, an outfit tailor-made to the needs of a skilled fighter like Lise. Your work never ceases to impress. Much more of this, and I may have to stop introducing you as a science receptionist and start referring to you as our preeminent seamstress. It's lovely, Tataru, thank you. I feel like I could take on a legion. I'm glad you like it, and with that, I'll delay you no longer. Safe travels! Then onward to Girabonia. Our first stop will be at Amarex's Spire in the East Shroud. Plus 10 fashion, minus 30 armor. Yeah. Look, I made you a new outfit where you are even less protected. Okay. Speak with Alphino at Amarex's Spire. Dudes. You don't even, she doesn't even have to take a blade to the stomach. Somebody could just like punch or kick her. Could get knocked down. It's got literally no armor. But yeah, blade to the stomach, it is over. Female armor in Final Fantasy is a funny thing. All are present and accounted for. When you're ready, my friend, pray inform the officer that we wish to proceed into Girabonia. Ah, the scions of the 7th Dawn. We were told to expect you. Shall I summon someone to escort you to the wall? Yes. Looking at an old map here.
I remember crossing the border. standing in Girabania once more. Me and my fellow scions. The warrior of light among us.
I think that Lise is kind of the main character of this expansion. This is her story.
Us, Baelsar's wall cutting the land in two. Freedom on one side, tyranny on the other.
Tyranny on the other.
Tyranny and the promise of a new beginning. But one that could only be bought with flames and blood.
Flames and blood. Stormblood. I like it. I like it. All right, I'm thinking, why don't we eat something that gives me extra XP? Like, how about some scrambled eggs here? And I got all these different foods, and I think they all give, like, some XP, right? All right, we're just gonna eat these. We are now well fed. Let's see if we get an extra 3,000 XP for this. We'll see. Greetings, Scions. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, I welcome you to Castromorians. Thank you, General. We were relieved to hear that your forces secured the wall without incident. Have the Imperials made any attempt to retake the Castrum since then? None, save for a few skirmishes between our scouts and their patrols. We've had barely any contact with them, but we all know it's only a matter of time before things escalate. As if attacking Baelsar's wall weren't enough, Ilberd summoned a primal right on their doorstep, and Garlemald does not like to let such shows of defiance go unnoticed. 'Twas a declaration of war, even if it was not Ilberd's to make, and now we're bound by it for weal or for woe. The Scions stand ready to serve, General. What would you ask of us? Oops, that was Alfino. That was Alfino, I'm sorry! As stated in my message, the Alliance will not proceed without the support and cooperation of the Alamegan people. We would have you serve as our emissaries and make contact with the Resistance. Consider it done, General. We won't let you down, I swear. Then I'll leave you to it. Godspeed. Ha! Of all the Castra in the world, you would walk into mine. Master Garland, what brings you here? A certain missing elegant weapon in Draconic Primal. Omega and Shinryu, I think the shinobi called it. Anyway, we've been studying their trail of destruction, hoping it might lead us somewhere, which it has singularly failed to do. Then 'tis like Omega fell to Earth in occupied territory, meaning it may already be in Imperial hands. Even so, it bears repeating that we engaged the stasis systems. Assuming the command was received and executed successfully, the weapon would be of no use to them. Assuming. We should hurry up and find it regardless. All the more reason to reach out to the Resistance. If we want to press on into Girabania, we'll need their blessing. Everyone's counting on us. Let's not waste any more time talking. A different quest completion sound as well. Okay, but it didn't give us extra XP, so that's annoying. Thank you, I'm glad you're enjoying the voice acting. I'm doing the best I can, man. There's like so many different characters. They say so many things, and they don't speak in normal English, dude. So I do the best I can. But glad you're enjoying it. Lise is eager to leave Castromorians. Lise takes the lead. Another 100k XP. I mean, that's actually significant. Like, we'll actually level up to level 69 soon. As you've probably heard, there are plenty of factions in the Resistance, so I'm taking us to see the one with the most influence. Their headquarters are located in a place called Ralga's Reach, an old temple to the east of here, across the Velodina River. I learned a route that should allow us to avoid Imperial patrols. Stick with me, and we'll be there before you know it. Indeed. Alright, so... Actually, I'm not even attuned to this. Alright, we gotta attune to this. We can't not attune to this aetheryte. This is a new area that we're in. And if we attune to it, then that means we'll be able to teleport, aka fast travel to it in the future. So, this is a whole new area. Gear Abania. So Gear Abania is up here. Here's a question. Can my chocobo fly here or no? Apparently no. Man, do we have to do this whole, like, finding ether currents thing again? Oh, look at this. This is like a tree ant. An ent. From Lord of the Rings. Look at that thing. Why can't I fly, though? Let me fly! Still with me? Good. From here, we'll head north towards the river. The water's not too deep, so we won't have to swim. Alright, looks like we're fighting this thing. We're fighting it. Battle's on now. Got a beach log from that thing. Alright. I mean, these are level 60 creatures. They're nothing to scoff at. I mean, these are some pretty high-level enemies in this area. These guys can actually do some real damage, are doing some real damage to me. I'm still able to, like, fight one, but if I end up having to fight, like, 2 or 3 of these things at a time, that could be a real problem. Oh my gosh, like, that thing's level 70, dude. I'm actually, like, kind of scared. This quest is level 60, but there's some high-level enemies around here. We gotta be careful. I could find myself in quite a predicament if I'm not careful. I don't see any soldiers. Good. Let's cross. You're wondering about the tower to the south? Yes, we are. We are wondering about that. It's part of Castellum Velodina. That's what the Imperials decided to call the old bridge after they fortified it. I call it a big eyesore. Honestly, you can see that rotten banner from absolutely miles away. They never miss a chance to rub our noses in it, do they? Come on, we should keep moving. Belladina Sarcosuchus. Sarcosuchus. You can Sarcosuck this. Excuse me? What'd you say? That's only giving me 271 XP. That ain't much. I need 300,000 more, 250,000 more XP to level up. That thing over there, like a Dust Dara. Okay. Dust Dara. We're here. On the other side of this pass is Ralgo's Reach. So you say, but all I see are rocks. I presume there's some sort of trick to this. Indeed. A glamour. Good eye, Ishtola. I take it they have a talented mage in their ranks, or mayhap an artificer trained in the modification of glamour prisms. Something like that. The important thing is that it fools the Garleans. Oh, before we go in, I don't know if Tataru told you, but my friend Nago, the messenger who came to the Rising Stones, is a member of this faction. So they know us, and they shouldn't attack us on sight. That said, they can be a bit jumpy, so let me lead the way, and don't go reaching for your weapons or anything. And with a sprinkle of demasking dust, all is laid bare. Enter Ralger's Reach. Okay.
I remember the old stories, how the Breaker of Worlds came down from on high and cleft the earth with a single blow. Ralger's Reach, a holy place, and a fitting home for the Resistance, for the brave and the true, the loyal sons and daughters of Alamigo. They were waiting for us there, men and women whose souls still cried out for what was lost, for what could be ours again.
I like that soundtrack. Kind of reminds me of Chronocross. You'll forgive us our precautions, but we couldn't be sure who'd cross the barrier. We see you now for who you are, though. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn. This is Conrad, everybody. Meet Conrad. The promise of a new beginning. Conrad knows the purpose of your visit and would like to give you a proper welcome. Now, I know you would not have come all this way unless you had something important to discuss, and I'm eager to hear what it is you have to say. But let's not do this on our doorstep, eh? Come with me. This area also kind of reminds me of an area from Assassin's Creed Mirage. Assassin's Creed Mirage. Mirage. We gotta attune the Aetheryte crystal here.
Allow me to welcome you once more to Ralga's Reach, our humble headquarters. My name is Conrad Kemp, and I have the dubious honor of overseeing operations here.
Operations.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Master Kemp. I am Alphino Leveilleur of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, as are my comrades. Before I speak of our purpose here, pray allow me to thank you for sheltering Ida, forgive me, Lys, and Papalymo at great risk to yourselves.
No, there's no need for that. They risked their necks for us enough times. 'Twas the least we could do.
I wanted to, I mean, about the mask and...
Don't fret over that. You're not the first person to take up arms against the Empire under a false name. We'd do the same if we had any sense. My condolences for your loss, child.
Papalymo laid down his life to save us, to give us a chance to make a better future for ourselves. There will never be a better time to drive the Garleans from our lands. But we have to take the lead on this. We can't leave it to fanatics like Ilberd.
More than a few of our people were taken in by his promises. Followed him all the way to the wall. Good men and women who never came back. When Monargo told us what had happened, how the bastard had made sacrifices of them for his twisted ritual, by Rolgar it filled me with an unholy fury. But what's done is done. Best we can do now is see that it wasn't all in vain.
That is why we are here today, sir, to see that some good comes of this tragedy. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, we do hereby extend a formal offer of military assistance to the Alamegan resistance.
Are they going to accept? What do you think?
Do you now? Well, go on then. I'm sure there's more to it than that.
Was there much more to it?
So that's the way of it, eh? The Alliance, hoping to avoid a direct confrontation with the superior forces of the Empire, wishes to engage them by proxy with our vastly inferior ones. My comrades and I must confer on your proposal. A moment, if you please.
Of course, Master Kemp. Take all the time you require.
We're almost gonna level up here. This is giving way more experience than the missions from the previous expansion. Like 100,000 XP? That's awesome. A haven for the bold. Alphino is pondering how best to make use of your leisure. Get some nice new armor. So, it would seem we find ourselves with a surfeit of free time. Forgive me. You're free to look around Ralga's Reach. In fact, I would encourage you to do so. It'll give you a better grasp of our current circumstances. Thank you, Master Kemp. I believe we will do just that. Let us make the most of this opportunity and assess the Resistance's capabilities. Free to poke our noses wheresoever we will, eh? I like the sound of that. Well, I already know this place inside out. I can show you around if you like, Crimson. Great, let's get started. I'll bet you think the Resistance is mostly made up of Alamegan Highlanders like me, but the truth is that we don't even account for half. We've got Hellsguard from all the way over by the Spine in here, and plenty of Seekers of the Sun like Nago. There's even some Beastmen, well, Beast women, I suppose, like that one over there. She's an Ananta. They've been with us for a while now. Well, one of the smaller factions has. The rest won't have anything to do with us. We're no different from the Garleans to them. They keep to themselves, spending all their time crafting. Ananta makes the most amazing jewelry, by the way. They use magics to twist metals and crystals into shapes you wouldn't believe. It's a pity people hardly ever get to see their work, but then most don't even know they exist. That's enough about them anyway. Let's take a closer look at the statue of Ralgar, shall we? Pretty awe-inspiring, isn't it? The breaker of worlds who guided our ancestors to these lands all those centuries ago. Ada used to tell me the story on stormy nights. She wanted me to understand, to remember. At the end of the 5th astral era, when the waters rose higher and higher, people all across Eorzea beseeched the heavens for a sign, and lo, a burning star appeared in the eastern sky and led the way to these mountains of Gyr Abania. They who were saved by his grace pledged to honor and revere him, to devote themselves to great works without and within. A storm of blood approaches fast, hells open, heavens weep, for no one soul doth lie beyond the measure of his reach. That last part was inscribed on the stone by a monk of the Fist of Ralgar. Ida explained it to me. A day will come, bringing strife and sorrow that none may escape. Waste not these precious hours, but in quiet preparation make strong the body and mind. I don't know if that storm of blood is finally upon us, but if it is, I have to believe that everything we've been through, everything that has led us to this point, will see us through in the end. Sorry. That was all a bit melodramatic, wasn't it? Let's keep moving, shall we? Off to the infirmary? Can I click on this? No. Why is that one part purple? Alright, I want to go over to this Aetheryte so that I can attune to it. Want to make sure we don't forget that before we get too far down the quest line here. This is the infirmary, as you probably tell. Here's where the Resistance healers patch up the wounded and tend to the sick. No matter how carefully we planned our operations, casualties were inevitable. It's a sad thing to think about, but it's also important to remember the cost, as Conrad would say. We should go. I'll show you the Aetheryte Plaza next. I guess I could have just waited since this thing is actually taking us to the Aetheryte Plaza, so I just wasted my time. But I wasn't sure where this tour was gonna go, okay? I didn't know, and I didn't want to forget. Of course, she's taking us right over here where I went anyways. When you've seen one Aetheryte, you've seen them all, right? Not quite. This one's an older design, dating back decades to when the Fist of Ralga was still here. It may look a little different, but it works just as well as any other. I'll show you where the Sootlers are. I'll show you where the Sootlers are next. Don't forget to attune to the Aetheryte before we go. Yeah, I didn't. I already did it. I didn't think we were coming over here. Arms, armor, potions, you name it. These folks have got it. The Resistance would be in a bad way without brave merchants to keep it provisioned. If you're short on anything, or you need something repaired, these are the people to speak to. Oh, Alfino and Alice are here. Why don't we see how they're getting on? Alright, we'll go with the High Steel Helm of Fending. I don't think any of these are for a... Yeah, none of these are for a bard, right? None of them. Alright, we'll go Fending for our Dark Knight. We leveled up, Crimson Knights! We're level 69! Yeah. Gamer numbers. Them be gamer numbers. A bargain struck. Alright, this Gaganaskin Hat of Aiming would be for a bard. Except that it seems to be a downgrade from what I already have. I don't know. Maybe I'll just get this Beach Mask of Casting instead. Anyway. A bargain struck. Alice is nodding approvingly at the Sutlers. Come to take the measure of our friendly neighborhood merchants? They're a bold lot, that much is plain. If the Imperials found out they were peddling their wares to the Resistance, they would be lucky to escape with their lives. 'Tis a gamble, aye, and I admire their courage, but their motives could hardly be said to be altruistic. Ah, here you are. I've been looking all over for you. We've finished discussing your proposal, and we're ready to receive you all back at the tent. I've sent someone to fetch East Tolan Kryl, so if you'd like to follow me. All right, Crimson Knights, I'm feeling like I want to get another drink. So I'll be right back. Give me one moment. Bet. All right. I told you I'd be right back. Don't worry. It's Conrad.
Thank you all for waiting. We have reached a consensus. I, Conrad Kemp, do hereby accept the Eorzean Alliance's proposal. You must understand, however, that our cooperation comes with certain caveats.
Those caveats being...
I take no joy in this, just so you know. Were it within my power, I'd offer you more assistance. But the Resistance is far more fragmented than you realize. The men and women in my care belong to but one of many factions. Simply put, I can only speak for the people of Rolga's Reach. Now, I have every intention of appealing to the others, and I expect many will agree. But it will take time, and I cannot guarantee universal support.
Understood. I shall see that the Alliance is under no misapprehensions as to your position.
Much obliged. But that's not the whole of it. As you can imagine, the loss of those who cast their lot with the Griffin left us short on numbers. Some of our most trusted veterans died at the wall, and we've had to fill their posts with the young and inexperienced. Frankly, everything's in a right bloody mess.
Oh, we'd be more than happy to help you get back on your feet. If we're going to work together, we'll be doing ourselves a favor.
Well, there's no shortage of work to be done, that's for sure. We're in dire need of new blood, too.
Stormblood. I'm just gonna say that every time someone mentions blood.
From what I saw, they could do with a few more healers.
Very well. I, for my part, shall return to the Rising Stones. I'm certain there are others among the Scions who would welcome the opportunity to fight for Alamegan liberation.
Is there anything else we can do to help?
I had something else in mind for you lot. Monago and Mefred will tell you more.
Understood. We won't
It's funny how in this game characters always turn to each other and just nod their heads. Alice, what say you? Right then, Monago and Mefred are to be our keepers. Knowing not of what they require, one task is as good as the other. Make your choice, Crimson. Alright, like I say, I think, why don't we go with the Mask of Casting, which I could use for like a red mage or blue mage. Quest complete! Your ether compass may now be used to locate ether currents in new regions. The ether compass can be found in a collection in the duty section of the main menu. Alright, so we can either talk to Monago or Mefred. Let's start with Monago. A friend of a friend in need. Before she tells you of her mission, Monago has a few things she would like to say. Alright, also, we get the high steel scale mail of fending, of maiming, of striking or scouting. Alright, so I'll go with fending, even though, again, none of these are for a bard. Before we begin, I'd like to thank you and the Scions again for patching me up after I bled all over your floor. I owe you my life, and I won't forget that. Furthermore, it was rude of me to run off without saying a word. It's all well and good, me claiming my duties here couldn't wait, but a parting thank you was the very least you deserved. My apologies. And thank you. Now, to business. Commander Kempson trusted me with a formal reply to be hand-delivered to the Alliance leadership. It covers everything we discussed, as well as detailing the disposition of our forces. What I need is an escort, 1 or 2 men at most, so we can make it to the wall swiftly and without attracting undue attention. Very well, I shall join you in this. General Alden commands the forces of Castor Moriens. It should be simple enough to see it into his hands. Great, that's just what I wanted to hear. When you're ready to depart, meet me at the pass leading out of the Reach. Alright, I say let's just do this main story quest before we start the other main story quest with Mefrid. We'll just do them one at a time, keep it really clear what we're doing from a story perspective. Wait, do I also have to attune these? I don't know if you do. Let's test it out, though. Let's go over to this etherite crystal, ethernet shard, and see if we have to attune it. You do, okay. Alright, so now that's attuned. Token exchange, resistance tokens. These are level 70 gear. Alright, so augmented Black Willow Greatbow we could get once we're level 70 and have enough of these tokens, and Thavnarian Rain. How about gear? Anything good? Aiming? This would be nice. Augmented True Linen Cap of Aiming. Augmented True Linen Jacket of Aiming. So all this level 70 gear would be good upgrades. Alright, so we'll have to come back here. We'll have to come back here. Gear, Abonian Souvenir, Component Materials. What is this? Level 60, Sights of Crimson and Dawn. I like a quest that has a name like that. Got everything you need? Good. Then let us be off. $292 yalms to the west. Keep going west. A Dustara. Alright, so here's the ether current. Pretty much right next to where we're going anyways, so that worked out nicely. Quiet! Hear that? That was a Cerulean engine backfiring. Imperials. Hey gods, you have preternatural senses. I didn't hear a thing. When you grow up hunting in these lands, you learn to discern the sounds that could mean life and death, be they of a predator or a patrol. From what I'm hearing, we have 7-man patrol augmented with a single Magitech armor. Wide search pattern, divided into 3 teams. I don't think they know we're here. It's risky, but we should split up and try to take them all by surprise at the same time. We don't want them calling reinforcements. 3 teams, 3 of us. Nothing for it then. Where are they? Head north. You should see them long before they see you. I'll deal with the ones to the south. The armor should be just to the west. Crimson's best equipped to deal with that. We attack in 5. That should be enough time to get into position. Rendezvous on the east bank after? Any questions? No? Then good luck. Alright, I think I gotta kill this lesser Gagana. Gagana! Got some Gagana skins. Not sure how I got 3 skins from 1 Gagana, but whatever. Surveying, surveying, surveying. Oh, we found a hostile presence. Let's kill the Hoplomachus first. I like this area. Looks like everything went to plan. Not that I'm surprised. The 3 soldiers I faced didn't put up much of a fight. Most of the Imperials we get out here are conscripts from other provinces with little training and even less conviction. It's grim work killing men and women like that, but don't doubt that they'd do the same to you if the roles were reversed. And don't you dare pity a man in armor. Conscript or no, a soldier piloting one of those can kill a dozen good men in the blink of an eye. Not that I need to tell you that after what happened at the wall. Alright, so again, I think we'll go with fending. Yeah, we'll go with fending. $2.5 million until we level up until... Well, now it's like 2.25 million. But overall, you need 2.5 million to level up from 69 to 70. Signed, sealed, to be delivered. Monago would like nothing more than to continue on to Castromorians. This time, we'll probably go with the Blood Hempen Chest Wrap of Casting again. Casting. Because the aiming is too low level for us. Right. I believe we've rested long enough. We should resume our journey before someone notices their missing patrol. 478 yalms to the southwest. Would be this way. Alright, it says southwest, so I mean that's kind of like this direction. The wind sprites always trick me because I'm always thinking that those are actually the ether currents, but they're not. All right, where are we now? 182 yalms to the west? What? Oh my gosh, it's on the other side. Dang it. Well, we gotta go back up this way so that we can go all the way around to where we were going anyway. It seems to be the theme tonight. I'm trying to save myself some time by going to the side objectives that I need, only to find that I was going to end up there anyways. So that's silly. A gazelle hawk. We're clear. Only Alliance patrols ahead. You said the forces of Castamorians were under the command of Flame General Rabban al-Din, did you? By Ralgur, the Bull of Alamigo himself. I never dreamed I'd have a chance to meet the legend. $156 yalms to the south. Alright, let's go down this way. Let's try to get this ether current, and then we'll go back to the objective. Alright, there it is. What's that? That's like a bear? Big bear. Mountain grizzly. Let's hunt. Let's hunt him. Level 61. That's a big bear. I didn't get anything from that. It's always disappointing. I'm like, oh, this thing looks like it would drop some cool items or, you know, materials or whatever, and then it drops nothing. And it gives you no experience, and then I just feel bad for murdering a bear. Yeah, I kind of murdered a bear and got nothing for it, so that was kind of mean. That was kind of messed up. Excuse me.
It is good to see you again, my friends. I hope you are here to tell me you have made contact with the Resistance.
We are, General. Allow me to introduce Monago of Rolga's Reach.
Monago.
At your service, sir. And may I say what an absolute honor it is to stand before the Bull of Alamigo.
These are not the Blood Sands, girl. You and I are but soldiers on a battlefield fighting for the same cause.
As you say, General. On behalf of Commander Kemp of the Alamigan Resistance, I present to you our formal response.
Good. I'm glad we've reached an accord. Though I was not aware you had suffered such losses.
Aye. Some of our finest took part in the Griffin's doomed assault, and we've been struggling to find new recruits ever since. The massacres cast a pall over the whole Resistance, and many who might once have been open to joining us have since thought better of it.
After all of the Griffin's false promises, one can hardly blame them. They have no desire to give their lives for a lost cause.
We will not lie to them. This is war, and lives will be lost. Yet what we offer is not the fever dream of a madman, but true hope.
The people need proof of this, Father. Let us show it to them. I say we stand shoulder to shoulder with our new allies and engage the Garleans in open warfare. The Resistance must demonstrate that they can hold their own against Imperial regulars. And with our assistance, I am confident they can do just that. If we can achieve even a token victory, I believe it will serve to rekindle the hope of the Alamigan people and inspire them to rise up once more.
Pippin has big dreams.
Aye. Aye. Once word spread that we'd won a battle against the Garleans, I'd wager we'd have new recruits flocking to us from malms around. The question is, when and where do we strike?
I'm glad you asked. I have a plan.
I can't take these little guys seriously. I can't. Our scouts recently informed me of an interesting development at Castle Veladina, namely the arrival of a shipment rumored to have come from the research and development facilities near the capital, containing prototype Magitech armor. It is our assessment that this armor is to be field tested here, most likely against Alliance forces, mayhap before the day is out. Damn it all, more Magitech weapons? It's the last thing we need. Your concern is not unwarranted, but we needn't despair just yet. The shipment is thought to have contained a single heavy unit and 1 or 2 support units. With a well-laid ambush, we are confident we can destroy them all, hindering their development and delaying future deployment. And should we carry this out as a joint endeavor with the Resistance, they will have their rallying cry. It would mean dropping all pretense about the Alliance not wanting to go to war with the Empire, but you'd have a lot more folk willing to stand up and fight if they knew they weren't alone, and you were going to have to do it eventually anyway. Exactly. And so what I propose is simple. We harry their patrols to bait them into bringing their prototype weapons to East End, where our Resistance allies will take them from behind. Simple indeed, and well within our capabilities. I see no reason to delay, especially if a field test is imminent. What say you? Assuming the Vice Marshal's intelligence is accurate, I agree with his assessment and fully support his plan. I shall notify my comrades at once. Understood. I shall have one of my men bring you the details of the plan anon. And we, for our part, will be fighting with the Alliance, yes? I somehow doubt you were intending to sit this one out. Alright, let's go with the chest wrap of casting. My inventory is starting to get pretty full here, to be honest. Alright, so what's all the stuff I got that I cannot currently wear anyways? So like this, I mean, I don't need any of this right now. Don't need it. Best served with cold steel. Raban knows exactly what he would like you to do. Alright, we could get a gladiator paladin weapon. Headsman's axe for a marauder warrior. A guillotine for a dark knight. A high steel tachi for a samurai. I'm gonna go with the guillotine for the dark knight. I think is what I'll go for. Even though I also do have a Gladian Paladin, but I'd rather focus on the Dark Knight. We've been careful to avoid needless shows of force this side of the wall, but that's all about to change. And when it does, you may be sure they'll send their new toys out to entertain us. I would ask you to participate in this operation. From that look I see, it's a foregone conclusion. My thanks. Per Pippin's plan, we need to turn East End into an Imperial graveyard. You're a dab hand at this, and I'd be a fool not to use you. Head to this spot on your map, right here, aye? A patrol should be along shortly. Deal with them, then rendezvous with the rest of us at this location. Go well, Crimson. My gosh, also look, there's like so many level 60 quests around here. So let's see. Ether Compass, 1,030 yalms to the southeast. All right, just for funsies, let's see if we can find this ether current. Like, how big is this whole area? Oh my gosh. Okay, this area is actually pretty massive. We're just gonna keep running and hope this grizzly doesn't catch us. This whole area is massive, dude. $618 yalms to the east. I probably shouldn't have tried to do this. I don't know if I can even get across here, to be honest. This may have been a huge waste of my time. I don't seem to be able to even get across here, so... Sheesh. So we gotta get back up here. I also don't know if I'll be able to go this way. Tracer Antlion. I can go this way. I think there is a path around here, up here. Alright, I think I gotta fight this Leshy before I'm gonna be able to continue. Uh-oh. Imperial Aquarius. An Imperial Signifer. Okay. Now what? Rendezvous with Raban. He's down here somewhere. Oh my gosh, he's on the other side. Let's go this way. This giant mountain would be a lot less annoying if I could fly. Sheesh. But I can't. Fate joined bonus. Mosslings are a threat to the fish that share in the rivers in which they dwell. If left unchecked, a single colony of these swift-spawning, swift-growing sea king can cover an entire lake in a matter of moons, blocking sunlight from reaching the riverbed, effectively killing the river's flora and fauna that feed on it. Alright, we'll kill them. Kill the Mosslings. If there's a bonus, I'll take it. My gosh, now I gotta fight this Gazelle Hawk too. I had a second win. We'll see. Alright, I think I defeated him without dying. Now we'll let my health go up a little bit before we engage the next one. We've got 7 minutes to kill enough Mosslings, so I'm not too worried about it. Another mossling has aggroed. Another mossling is aggroed. Too many mosslings. I might be in trouble. I might actually be in trouble here. We'll see. It's gonna be close. Oh, that was really close. Oh my gosh, that was close. All right, let's let my health get all the way up before we engage the next one here. Now we're down to less than 5 minutes. We'll see if I'm able to pull this off. Uh-oh. I don't want to aggro two at the same time. Rather do this one-on-one. Down to 3.5 minutes, but we're more than 50% through this fate. Again, this might be close, but we'll see. I clicked the wrong button on that one. Didn't mean to do that. 2.5 minutes. We're doing pretty good. Two minutes. I think we're good. I think we're good. As long as I don't accidentally die here. This might be the last mossling we need to kill, actually. Maybe one more, but I think this might be it. $45,000 XP. Not bad. I'll take that. Excellent. 345 storm seals, 120 gil. That was a little side quest. All right, I need to hot swap out my headset batteries. Give me a moment. Boom! All right, what was I doing? All right, we're just going to the next main story. We got a rendezvous with Raban. Let me up! All went to plan then? Good. Our scouts report that a unit escorting the prototype weapons has left Castle in Veladina. The resistance is already in position, so we have but to wait for our guests to arrive. Duty calls. Commence battle for best served with cold steel? Indeed. This guy again, huh?
Looked grim for us after Cartano, didn't they? Oh, how they doubted us. Yet here we are, right as rain, with fancy new toys to put through their paces. It's like all my name days have come at once!
Didn't he say that before?
Well, 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 if it isn't Garland's little troublemaker. I can't wait to see the look on Xenos' face when I bring him your head.
Why didn't we, like, ambush them and, like, shoot them before just jumping out?
That is, if my secret weapons here don't grind it into mush. Attack!
I told you, Tada, I killed the channel by playing Final Fantasy. I killed it. I don't even care, though. I'm playing Final Fantasy. I'm enjoying it. And I don't care if I'm the only one here. Everyone will come back when it's time to play GTA 6. Then all of a sudden, everyone will come back. Or no one will come back and the channel is truly dead. We'll see.
Get after them, damn you!
Walks. All right, let's try killing this Magitech Vanguard prototype. Let's see if we can kill that thing. That thing's actually pretty darn strong, huh? What are you idiots doing? Give them everything we've got! Alisaie's here if I need healing. Okay, there are a lot of slashers in front of me right now. Sheesh. It's crazy. How strong is this guy? 12th Legion Princeps. Can I kill him? See the Wanderer's minuets. Get rid of this Princeps. Just took a big hit. I had to stand in so I could get my attack off. We're making good progress on this Princeps. Die, Princeps! Die! Got him. We finally got him. I'm gonna second wind. I feel like my health is too low. This guy needs to die. Good. Now let's go kill this Hestatus. Hestatus? I don't know how you say it. These guys are strong, man. They're definitely in some higher level battles now. Enough. We have secret weapons of great power, don't we? Let's bloody use them. On your guard, Crimson. He's up to something. Oh, wow. Okay, they just self-detonated? The heck? Wait, what is this thing? What is going on right now? Okay, I'm being targeted. I can't seem to target this thing, so I don't know how to kill it. All right, there we go. Now let's kill this prototype. Damn it all. Haven't we got anything else? More armor, weapons, or something? Oh my gosh, why are there so many of these things? Okay, good. He killed them all. I want to kill this prototype, dude. Let's kill this prototype before we kill him. Make him watch. What? Dude, he failed! Oh my gosh. Alice died? Okay. Okay. All right, let's eat some spaghetti carbonara. Let's try this again. We'll try again, Crimson Knights. Dang it, man, we failed. They died. Can we skip this, though?
Things looked grim for us after coming.
Yeah, we can skip. Skip the cutscene. We do not need it again.
Get after them, damn you!
All these slashers keep coming out of nowhere. Let's kill this Princeps again. more slashers are back.
Now I've got you.
I don't know why this guy's health isn't like in purple. I don't know why that is. Need to like reduce these guys that are sponges as much as possible so that we can focus our fire on these other dudes. Raban wants the prototype destroyed. Now we'll kill the Hestatus. Keep it up, lads. That thing won't take much more, he says. We just gotta keep taking these ads out so that they're not doing like too much extra damage. This is a pretty significant battle. let's kill this prototype. It's time.
You'll be weeping blood.
And Alice has pretty low health. I don't like that. We gotta kill this prototype. I need to not die. I'm gonna die, actually. I'm gonna die unless they heal me. Leave me alone! Why am I having to run like this, dude? Let's kill this prototype. We gotta kill this prototype. All right, I think we managed to survive this time. This can't be happening. Not again. Wait, what? It's not gonna let us kill him. Are you serious right now? You fights and runs. What the? Who in the hells are you lot? For Alamigo, let none escape. Good. He should not escape. All right. Now it's the next stage of this battle. Think you've won? Then we go together, he says. What am I gonna do? Like self-destruct or something? We must disable it before it blows. We gotta kill this thing ASAP. $29, $28. All right, it's getting really close. All right, we got him. We killed the secret weapon. We did it, Crimson Knights. Oh, man, that was close. That was close.
Oh, damn it all! Miracles of Magitech design, my arse! I passed harder stools than these piles of scrap. You'll pay for this. Mark my words, the next time we meet will be the last.
Yeah, because hopefully we'll actually defeat you that time. How are you escaping every time? What the heck?
Aye, run and tell your Viceroy. The day belongs to Alamigo. Yeah!
Yeah! Huzzah! The day is ours. Well done, all of you. I'd call this operation a resounding success. Can't say I'm surprised. The Bull of Alamigo had an impressive military record before he went west, as I recall. Credit where it's due, Master Kemp. 'Twas Marshal Terrapin who made this plan, and all of you, Resistance and Alliance alike, who carried it out to perfection. Aye, that they did. Not a single casualty, for which I'm grateful beyond words. I've no doubt our comrades back at the Reach will feel the same. As will ours. It's been a pleasure, General. Until the next battle, Monago, I leave the Scions in your care. We shall return to the Castrum then. Crimson, Mistress Leveilleur, once more you have my thanks. As Master Kemp said, until the next battle. I'd heard the stories, but to actually see you in action, I almost found myself pitying the Imperials. Seriously though, it was inspirational. But you must be tired of hearing that, eh? I'll keep it simple then. Thanks for the help out there. Alright, I said I'd go with the guillotine for the Dark Knight. Let fill your hearts with pride. Go with the high steel trident this time. Monago is ready to return to Ralger's Reach. Well, there's no reason to remain here any longer. Let's get back to the Reach. I really like that we're getting 100,000 XP per mission. That is much better. The Fringe's Gate is now accessible as an Ethernet destination. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. You didn't have to take part in the operation, but you did. You went above and beyond what was asked of you without hesitation, and for that we owe you a debt. Our victory may not count for much in practical terms, but its symbolic value can't be overstated. Alliance and Resistance fighters came together to face an Imperial unit equipped with Garlemald's newest weapons and smash them. The people will remember this day. Aye, that they will, for it marks the beginning of something far greater than any single victory. The beginning of a campaign by a united Eorzea to drive the Garleans from our lands. Promises and platitudes mean naught without action. The Alliance took the field and risked their lives for our cause. Ha! To think that the last time Gridanian troops trod this soil was more than a century ago during the Autumn War, and that was to defend against our invasion. Ours is a long and bloody history, to be sure, and it gives me heart to see that despite our acrimonious past, we can still come together for the sake of the future. Well said, Commander. Which is why I intend to go from village to village and spread word of our victory and our new alliance. The people will flock to our banners. Just you wait and see. Crimson, Alice, I cannot thank you enough for your assistance. What should we go with here? I think I'll go with the trident. I think we'll go with the trident. Quest complete. Another 100k XP. Alright, I am actually curious what this quest over here is all about. Let's go just look. Right now, we're 26 out of 30 quests open. I'm wondering if this one opens a new job for us. Olger Ironheart. That there is a sightseeing log, unless I'm mistaken. Do you perchance know a woman named Millith? Ha! What are the odds? Millith is my niece, lest you wonder, and she's told me much and more about you in her letters. But where are my manners? Olger Ironheart, at your service. I'm an explorer like most of the clan, and my niece bade me share with you such knowledge I've accumulated. Here, lend me a log. Let's see now. Definitely there, and there, and there, and there. Yes, that ought to suffice. My explorations have taken me far and wide, but dearest to my heart are the regions of Alamigo, beauteous in their ruggedness, and the lands of the Far East, glorious in their diversity. There are many wondrous sights to be seen in these places, and I've written down the directions to them. Some will prove more difficult to reach than others, but if you're even half as resourceful as Mila says you are, I'm confident that you will find them all. And with that, I shall leave you to resume your adventures. Go forth, my friend, and take in such breathtaking vistas as even my father, the great Roderick Ironheart, could not see in his lifetime. Sightseeing log expanded. Stormblood entries have been added to your sightseeing log. Okay. You must be level 60 or above to record Stormblood vistas. Travel to the location indicated, fulfill the necessary conditions, and you will complete the entry for that vista, earning experience points in the process. The newly added locations in your sightseeing log will be marked by an orb of light. Should you spot such an orb during your adventures, take a moment to stop and record the entry. Use your wits and the notes provided by Ogre to identify these stunning sights and the proper way to appreciate them, and see Alamigo and the Far East as only the greatest explorers have seen them. Interesting. So does that count as a quest? No. Okay. All right. All right, Crimson Knights. Well, I know that we've only gone a little more than 2 hours or so, but I am tired, and so I want to get a good night of rest since it's still the middle of the work week. We will probably just pick up with this on Friday. I'm gonna stream on Friday, one way or another, but I haven't decided, like, are we doing more Final Fantasy? Are we gonna do some Arc Raiders? Will we go back to Armored Core? Or even some Fortnite? I don't know. So we'll stream on Friday. I'm not sure what we'll be streaming. Most likely it'll be some more Final Fantasy, but we'll see. All right. So Crimson Knights, particularly Tada, thank you so much for joining tonight. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Good luck, Tada, with everything you got going on. Keep us posted. Great to see you. Sleep well. Have a good night. A good second half of your week. And I will be back on Friday. See you guys then. Appreciate you.